Now introducing the president of all unknown gamers, DraganRecon.
Good day, fellow gamers of America and gamers of the world. Today, I'm here to bring up an important issue on this 4th of July. An issue that is close to my fellow gamers' hearts. An issue that is close to my heart. And that, my friends, is downloadable content. The downloadable content is getting plain ridiculous these days. And I know it may not be going anywhere for quite some time. But when developers make you pay extra, the issue must be brought up. Many are already familiar with this issue, but for those who don't understand, let me explain. Let's say you buy a game such as Call of Duty for $60. $60 of your hard-earned money. A couple months pass, perhaps, and then the developers decide to release a map pack or some other downloadable bullshit, costing approximately $15 or some other variation of that. It's not an overwhelming number for most of my fellow gamers, but if you already paid $60, 15 on top of 60, that makes $75, my fellow gamers. And if you're like most developers, which most developers are like most developers, you will release multiple downloadable bullshit to your consumers. So prices of a $60 game may increase from $75 up to $90 and could even reach over $100, my fellow gamers. I'm not saying this content is bad, but to get shafted out of another $45 is just plain highway robbery. Let me tell you why. A game I'll use as an example will be the latest addition to the Call of Duty franchise, Call of Duty Black Ops. On the first day of release, this not even including all-time sales, Black Ops sold an estimated 5.6 million copies at $60 each. Not adding on if they were special editions or what have you. If you do the math, that's in the ballpark of $336 million. Do you smell that, gamers? Let that number sink into your minds for just a moment. So, you may be thinking, they don't get all of that money, Dragon. There's the retailers that get some of the money. There's promotional money being spent. And I could go on and on and on. But you get the idea. You do have to agree, though, that they get most of what's in that pot. Let's be honest. And if they need to add more to that pot, they're just getting plain greedy, in my opinion. I mean, how difficult can it be to create a map or some other downloadable bullshit on an engine that's already built? with people experienced with the engine already in place. Then you build it, testing must be done, and other things of that nature. Certain things must be balanced and that sort of thing, but this project cannot be overwhelming for them. They created an entire video game. They are professional, after all. This is what they do. So my theory, along with many other people, is that these developers are holding content from day one release in order to make downloadable bullshit. And in turn, they are gaining extra profits from our riches. So if you bought a game recently, ask yourself, was this the full game? Because it might not be. I'm sure this is not the case with all downloadable bullshit, but it should make you mighty suspicious. I know some of you are not convinced that this is even an issue, but I do hope that you think about it a little bit more, now that I have brought light onto this subject. On a closing note, some must be thinking, what about pre-order bonus bullshit? Yes, that is an issue as well, my fellow gamers. But that is an issue for another day. Have a great 4th of July, gamers, and with or without your downloadable bullshit, keep gaming. Some must be thinking, what about pre-order bonus bullshit? Some must be thinking, what about pre-order bonus bullshit? Some must be thinking, what about pre-order bonus bullshit?